more can I say?
Top Billin.
All right, Top Billin. Real quick, wanted to kind of get something in on my man Mac Jones because I didn't want to forget about him, and I feel good about my analysis on Mac Jones as far back as a year ago. Now, Mac Jones is somebody that I've known about for a long time. He was at the Rivals 5-Star Challenge going into his senior season in high school when I worked there at Rivals, and I got to see him lead and compete against the very best of the best, and I just knew this kid would eventually be a very good quarterback here. So I had the stuff last year about him, how good I think that Alabama's becoming at the quarterback position, and people were like, oh, Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones, how's he going to be good and all this and that? Yeah, how'd that work out for you there, buddy? While Mac Jones making Alabama still lethal and everything like that, just because I feel like he marries Steve Sarkisian's offense to a T. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, bump that. Let me do a little dispelling here, right? So 4,036 yards on the season, second in college football, 36 touchdowns, 4 interceptions my man had, right? Look at his completion percentage, 77%. This is all SEC play. He's averaging 11.3 yards per completion. 357 attempts on the season. Come on, man. This guy's playing some very good football. I made a remark that I thought that Mac Jones is easily as good as Justin Fields as far as being a QB. Now, Justin Fields is more talented, bigger, faster, stronger. I would say overall velocity on his throws, he could probably better than Mac Jones, but I'm not so sure about that. Mac Jones throws one of the prettiest deep balls there is. He can put the ball wherever it needs to be. He's running some legit NFL concepts there. We're talking about side adjust. He's going through full scan progression reads on a normal basis. He's not staring down receivers. So far as actual nuanced quarterback play, I think he's as good as Justin Fields, if not better. Will he be better in the long term? I don't think so. Justin Fields is going to be very good in the NFL and all this and that, but I wouldn't rule it out either. Mac Jones is that dude. Like, we're going to have to stop doing it with the hype stuff, right? Mac Jones may not have that type of hype, but the results are there, and you have to give this man credit. All SEC played against some outstanding defenses, right? Let's check this out right here. This is a good thing that you guys are here on this. The 9th-ranked defense in Texas A&M he saw. The 12th-ranked defense in Georgia he saw, right? With just Clemson right there. So Ohio State just saw Clemson, the 15th-ranked defense. It saw Penn State, 17th-ranked defense, and Northwestern as well. Alabama saw Notre Dame. So both these teams, right? So think about this. This man had 11, 12 games or whatever like that to go against these teams and to perhaps make more mistakes. He threw 4 interceptions all season. We're going to have to give this man a little bit of credit here, man. It may not look the way you want it to look, but it looks damn good. All right, pocket mobility. They're going to send more that can be blocked right here. You're sending a 6-man pressure. You got Mike and Will fire here. Najee steps up to get the will, leaves somebody right uncovered, streaking right at Mac Jones, and you can look at the pocket mobility. No, he's not going to scramble for 100 yards or anything like that, but pocket mobility is what you want, and he's not by any stretch of the imagination a fire hydrant like I was told before. Like, what football have you been watching? I'm pretty sure you didn't watch any Alabama football if you think Mac Jones is a fire hydrant. But see here, pressure right in his face, collapsing pocket. This is what you're taught to do. Take it out the back door. And before you comment, referees, say anything, yes, right there, that should have been a hold, but who gives a rip? It wasn't called. This was called right here, this first down. And this man evading the pocket, throwing to Miller Forrestall. He is not a sitting duck back there, not by any stretch of the imagination. He has great pocket mobility. All right, check this out. You got 3x1 with the nub. You're going to have just a streak here by John Mechie. Now, this looks like a wheel right behind it from Devontae Smith, but to me it doesn't even really make any sense because it's literally trailing him. So this was just something to make sure that the area is cleared out. Same thing right here with the great Jalen Waddle running the out route. Do not let Jalen Waddle play. That's a game changer. That is a complete game changer right there. They don't need him. But to have somebody that freaky out there, that just opens up endless possibilities still. But you can see right here Mac Jones' ability to push the ball downfield, and it's all on the rhythm and timing. Look at that. Back foot hits, hitch, let it go. Perfect. 6 points. right, to John Mechie there. That's the thing. If you're talking about somebody, this will be the best offensive line Ohio State has faced, right? Best offensive line. I'm talking about guys going to the NFL. Obviously, this one's a little bit different. Landon Dickerson isn't here, so that could be something to watch him go against Tommy Togiai, Haskell Garrett, or whomever they're going to have at a shade or one technique there. But, man, a guy like Evan Neal here and Alex Leatherwood, these are first-round draft picks. Emil Ekiyor and Chris Owens and whomever, Deontay Brown, these are all very good offensive linemen. So, but if you combine that with the ability to know your scheme and to get rid of the ball fast, that's what Alabama football is about, even pushing it down vertically. So they're able to hold the safety, right? Able to hold the safety just from the action going. If you're the safety, you have to be worried about these guys as well, just able to isolate there. Not to mention, obviously, these guys have a severe quick game. I think that's what separates Alabama's offense from Ohio State is I see a rhythm and timing element that's just better than Ohio State's. Justin Fields holds the ball a little bit longer, but they can be damn explosive, and that's not to say that they don't have a rhythm and timing element to their offense. I just think Alabama's is just a little bit better, but you got just pretty much an orbit flat route here by Jalen Waddle, just getting the ball out in space. So if you're talking about pressuring him, they got a lot of stuff in the playbook to where it just does not matter. Look at that. They gave up a lot of quick pressure right there, just so he could get the ball out, right, using influence blocks, influence these guys to get upfield, just so he can get the ball out to Jalen Waddle up in space. And then, of course, the Houston Comet himself does a little bit of work after the fact with that yakety yak, don't come back. Orbit motion to the flat. You got a tunnel screen here by the Houston Comet, Jalen Waddle, guys out front blocking for him. Just getting rid of the ball extremely fast, getting the ball into the hands of the playmakers, which they have a wealth of. Not to mention they've developed a tight end, Jaleel Billingsley. That kid is the truth as well. Very athletic guys that they can get out in space, and they get rid of the ball real fast. So you can see here, pressure, nope, don't matter. And this guy knows what to do with it. I don't see anybody on Ohio State's team that could mess with Jalen Waddle, period. And that could be the outside corners if he were outside. But they got him on the inside most of the time there. And I think that's where Ohio State might struggle at as well. Both teams are kind of mirror images of each other in that aspect, in that regard, that especially if Malachi Moore is out, even with Malachi Moore there, I still think they would struggle on the inside against some of the weapons Ohio State has. So that's definitely something to watch out for. But as you can see there, they do a great job of getting rid of the ball quick to dampen pressure. All right, so speaking of pressure, I don't give a fuck what anyone says. You can't get football by me. I know everyone's teams. I know everyone's roster. So you can't come to me and say someone's roster is better than another person's roster or another team's roster when you can't tell me about that team. I can tell you about both of them. Georgia has the best personnel, period, in all of football on the defensive side of the ball. They've stacked and stacked from countless number one or number two rankings in recruiting. They have, and they specialize in defense. The offensive side of the ball is where they needed to catch up to snuff, but nothing to be said on defense. Loaded with guys going to the NFL. So you're talking about sending a six-man pressure here with a green dog from the nickel corner or the safety here when he sees that the tight end is staying in to help block. So they're working with extra protection here, so pretty much max protect. And I'm saying they're sending guys all out the wazoo. Jermaine Johnson, Azeez Ojulari, Devontae Wyatt, Jordan Davis, Malik Herring. Like, come on, these are Richard LeCounte. These are some NFL dudes, right? They're sending them and sending them and sending them, but you got a really good offensive line, really good understanding from senior leaders like Najee Harris, which I can't find the time to get to on here, but obviously you guys just know that Najee Harris will play a huge part in this game, both rushing the ball and catching the ball out of the backfield and with pass protection when they allow him to stay in there. So see right here, man, this is an avalanche blitz with the green dog attached to it. They do a good job, and he's still pushing the ball downfield. And you got to be having somebody who can contend with a guy like Devontae Smith. Look at this two-man route combination, and they still get it done. Smith and Waddle, both of them open. He could have went to either one of them. Look at the separation anxiety right here Waddle has against his corner, and then Smith coming on this curl route. Perfect. All right, look at this seam over concept. You're going to have Waddle here with an outside stem before he gets to this over route, and then kind of a outside approach to a seam there for Devontae Smith, and the ability to match up people favorably. Now, this type of coverage that they're playing almost looks like a cover one robber. However, they're able to get Jalen Waddle matched up with the Mike backer here, Monty Rice. So imagine if this is Jalen Waddle and Tough Borland. Yeah, you don't want to imagine that if you're an Ohio State fan for sure. But you definitely didn't want to imagine that if you were a Georgia fan either, if this is what happened. Boom. They do a good job of bracketing him still. He still makes the catch. The guy's just phenomenal, man. So I hate to harp on this or even use him if he does not play. His presence alone, I think, should really cause some matchup issues there, but we're not sure how he would play if he does play, being out so long, but I suspect he'd do pretty good there. But hell of a catch by him coming here, going up and get it. That's phenomenal. Beat that bracket coverage. All right, last one here. You're going to have two-man route combination. You got Devontae Smith here with the bluff on the orbit. But you're going to have a switch release, which leads to pretty much a wheel route by Jalen Waddle here going against Tyson Campbell. And then you'll have an in-breaking route by John Mechie. But they hit Waddle on his wheel. Mac Jones hits him on his wheel absolutely perfectly, and the rest is history. Front-facing play-action fake, boom. Right when the pressure was bearing down on him, too. Nasty. Waddle made that man have a colonic on the field for some odd reason. I'm not sure what. Down goes Campbell right here. I'm not sure what happened right here. His feet got caught up or something in the transition, but he fell like a sniper got him, and Waddle off to the races there. So you can see the pressure here by Nolan Smith bearing right down on Mac Jones. It doesn't matter. Delivers with emphasis. He gone. All right. So just something quick right there on my man Mac Jones. Just had to get that out there. I would be remiss if I didn't say something about Mac Jones this entire coverage there. So hopefully I did good on both sides for you guys. I know both teams' rosters. While I've missed a Ohio State game since I was a little kid, and you guys know that I cover Alabama for a living. So it is what it is. I'm being told that Tommy Togiai and I believe Tyreek Smith aren't playing for Ohio State. So it's like you're switching out Tyler Friday and Zach Harrison for those guys. So it is what it is on that aspect. Malachi Moore doesn't play for Alabama, or LeBron Ray, 2 game-time decisions. I think both teams have enough personnel to where it should not matter, to be honest with you. So may the best team win. I'm just looking for a great game. I have no dog in the fight, just covering some football here. But I did pick Ohio State to lose 44-38 to Alabama. All right. It's your boy Murph, the Underground King. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And, of course, I'll have more on this after the game itself. Let's go.
What more can I say?
Top Billin.